This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen, always sponsored by Details Called Audio and Auto Detailing. That's right on 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. That is right on Route 138 for all your audio needs, detailing needs, interior, exterior, tinting, car accessories, truck accessories, motorcycle accessories, all of the above. If you need anything like that, just run up in there and let them know Charlie sent you. Those are my peoples, man. We'll lace you up looking fresh. Keep your car looking just as clean as you are, man. And, this is actually season 2. And I got somebody in here that I really respect, man. Somebody I've been, keeping tabs on musically for like 10 plus years now, realistically. He's a legend within our city, man. He's a fucking legend in the URL battlegrounds, man. So everybody give your undivided attention to my man, Chilla Jones.
Yeah.
What's good, baby? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm blessed. Living the dream, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm happy you're here, man. I'm happy that you made the time to be here.
Glad to be here, man. It's been a little while. We've been trying to make it happen, so I'm glad we can make it happen, especially in person, man.
Word.
It's been a crazy year.
Yeah, to say the least, man. To say the least. It's been
Sure.
a really crazy year, man. But what you been up to, man? Like, what's going on with you? What's new in your life?
Not much, man. Just got back a couple weeks ago from LA. I had a battle against Geechee Gotti for URL.
Okay.
That was on a rooftop in LA. A few other battles with New Jersey Twerk and Danny Myers. B-Dot versus the Saga, which is a really good battle.
Okay.
Kind of like a Christianity versus like comedic science type of theme. So Saga is a Christian battle rapper.
Okay.
And so there's always references to his religion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And his material, usually in his opponent's material too. B-Dot is a heavy African. So he believes in like comedic science.
Okay.
And things like that. And so really like their battle was interesting because they were literally kind of like taking opposing sides and you know what I'm saying, his faith
beliefs.
His
yeah.
So not only is he kind of trying to poke holes in the comedic science theory,
right,
he's poking holes in the Christianity. They're both presenting like certain questions and stuff that
real questions that people want to know the answers to.
So that was a really crazy battle, man. But that whole event was fire. That was a couple of weeks ago. Salute to URL, Ruin Your Day, Avocado, and all them.
Okay.
Other than that, man, also been working on an album. Salute to my bro, Mr. Jones.
Let's go.
Jones Inc. is the name of the group.
Okay.
Me and my bro. Gonna start dropping music probably toward the end of the summer.
Okay.
Probably get the first album close to the end of the year, top of 2021, man. But I'm really excited. We've been in the studio for about 2 years, man. Kind of on the low, knocking joints out. Got about 80 records right now.
80 records.
That we sitting on.
Jesus Christ, nigga, that
sounds like
stuff. Fucking 8 albums.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff, man. A couple joints, we got a joint with Mattapan. That's gonna drop soon. That's crazy. A couple other joints on the way. Royce 5'9", Mickey Facts, a couple other joints.
Mickey Facts. I haven't heard that name in a little while, man.
Yeah, Mickey's my bro, man. Mickey's also heavy in the battle rap scene as a supporter of the culture, man. He's actually one of the first people kind of co-signed me, and that kind of helped me get my name out there.
Yeah.
So when I did my battle with Interstate Flames in like 2011, 2012 out here, he was one of the people that seen the battle and kind of got URL's attention and was like, yo, like,
this guy's the truth.
Y'all gotta holler at this dude. You know what I'm saying? And that was huge for me because, I didn't have anybody from Boston that led the way for me. You know what I'm saying? So if you grew up in New York, you got your Murder Mooks, you got your Loaded Luxes, your Charlie Clips.
You got so many.
Those people have kind of paved the way for other New York battlers. You thinking about the Midwest, you got, A-Bird in St. Louis, you got Calico and Marv 1, West Cody in Detroit.
Right.
We didn't have that here, you know what I'm saying? So I was literally kind of walking into a game where they didn't know about Boston. They didn't care about Boston.
Right.
They, everybody outside of Boston thinks Boston is just full of racist white people. So it's like,
they ain't wrong.
Not completely.
Not completely.
But that's kind of what the impression was when I came onto the scene to a lot of these guys. It's like, what is a black dude from Boston? What does he have to offer? What does he know about the slums? What does he know about, what I'm saying?
The struggle and things of that nature.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So to have people like Mickey Fax and even like John and Don and a lot of other people that co-signed me back in the day, that was huge for me. That was huge for my growth. It kind of helped a lot of fans that I think may not have been open to even listening to me because of where I'm from.
Right.
Kind of help break down a lot of those barriers.
That's dope. That's dope, man. I mean, like, as far as, artists telling their stories, man, I always like having these one-on-ones because I feel like it kind of opens up, just more about you as a person.
Right.
Right. Because, we see you on these stages, ripping and rapping, scheming and all of that and doing your thing. And, there's way more to an artist than just his talent. Right. So, like, as far as your upbringing, man, like, I don't know how much you've talked about this in interviews in the past, but like what was that like? Like, where'd you grow up at and stuff like that?
Grew up in Dorchester, right by Franklin Park, in between like Franklin Field and Columbia Road. And born and raised, lived there my entire life. And then, I've lived in New Hampshire for a couple of years. I've lived on the West Coast even more recently. But for a large majority of my life, that was where I was, and that was where I grew up. Like I had told you earlier, I went to a private school as a kid.
Right.
From like 2nd grade to 6th grade. Went to high school in the city, Boston Latin Academy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hyro, everybody over there.
Yeah, that's my guy, yeah.
Went to Boston Latin Academy. Got kept back in 7th grade, got kept back in 8th grade, got kept back in 9th grade, and then decided to drop out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like that's always kind of like a surprising thing when people talk to me. They never expected.
Nah, you know what I mean?
I possibly dropped out of high school.
You being
it doesn't seem
so articulate and just being a really, like, you're a smart person, bro. Like, you're an extremely smart person.
Thank you, bro.
And you carry yourself well. Like, you could walk into any room because you're just that type of person.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I didn't expect that, especially going to BLA.
Right.
You don't hear too many of those stories. I got kept back,
right.
BLA, and then I dropped out. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because, like, I think BLA, at least at a point, I'm not, I don't know what the reputation is now, but, at that point, BLA was, I think, one of the better schools in the city.
Absolutely.
And so, automatically, I think when you tell people you go there, they just automatically expect it.
Right.
You graduated,
right.
And you
with honors.
What college did you go to? And what was your GP?
Yeah, tell me more about how you met Bill Gates, right?
Exactly.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? So, people are always kind of taken aback when I tell them, I got kept back and things like that. But honestly, man, like, outside of a couple teachers, really hated BLA, man. Like, there were a lot of teachers on bullshit.
What made you hate it? Like, what about it?
Honestly, man, like, I'm not gonna act like I was like an angel. I was a terrible human being at Boston Latin.
Most kids are, though,
I was
man.
a bully. I was, class clown. I would talk shit to teachers. Like, I definitely was not.
You was one of them.
I'm sure teachers woke up and was like, man, I'm not looking forward to third period with Jerome.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they had those moments. But, with that said, I was 14, 15, 16.
Right.
I didn't really know any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was acting out, but at the same time, like, I still had so much to learn. Right. I still had so much to understand.
Absolutely.
So, like, as an adult, as a teacher, as a counselor, whatever the case, I kind of feel like you have to put yourself in a certain place to deal with that type of energy. Like me now, you know what I'm saying, as a 33-year-old man, if I see a 14 or 15-year-old like that, and I have, because I go to Tech Boston, I go to all these different schools and juvenile like programs, summer camps, and talk to the kids. So I see it all the time.
Right.
I know how to kind of connect with them, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying, and get them to respect me and get them to kind of understand where I'm coming from and vice versa. And it's like, again, outside of maybe one or two teachers at Latin Academy, they didn't really know how to do that, and they didn't really care to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely much different than what I was used to. When I went to the private school, class sizes were smaller. You know what I'm saying? So you had maybe like 15 kids in class. You had 2 teachers to every class. You know what I'm saying? And it was very like,
it's more
very kind of small, intimate type of setting. You shift gears. You go to Boston Latin Academy. You're going from a school you know what I'm saying, with 170 kids to a school with 1,600 kids. There's more people in the 7th grade class than my entire private school had.
Wow.
From, you know, kindergarten to 6th grade.
That's crazy.
So it was a huge kind of like social adjustment for me.
Right.
To go from, you know, being one of the most popular kids in this school
to just being a number. To
being, you know what I'm saying, just a number. Now, mind you, everybody else in the school, you got, you know, 30 people from the Timothy. You got, you know what I'm saying, such and such people from this school, City on the Hill, whatever the case.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of those kids went to Latin Academy already knowing people and already having people. I really didn't know anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when I got kept back in 7th grade, I ended up knowing the people who also got kept back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what they did, and I'm not sure why, what they did when I got kept back in 7th grade, they literally created an entire homeroom of all kids who got kept back. It's the worst shit they could have ever did. Because all we did was, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck shit. All day, every day.
All we did was tear shit up. Like,
right.
All we did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, from that point, it was like, I was just off the wall, man. I was rapping, I was pushing people.
Right.
I used to carry 2 knives, guns, all types of shit, man. I was out of control to a point. But
so at what point did you branch off and say you want to do music?
I was actually doing music at BLA, man, and that's kind of where it started on a more serious level. So like in 8th grade, we did this thing called the BLA mixtape.
Okay.
And it was we used to have every Thursday we used to have what was called Applied Academics, but it was literally like the period. So normally the periods were 47 minutes.
Right.
And then there was a 3-minute buffer to get in between classes. On Thursdays, all the classes were shorter.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were 40 minutes instead of 47, but that created an extra period for us.
Okay.
All the time that they took from the other periods.
Right.
So we would have an extra period between, I think it was 3rd and 4th period.
Okay. Called
Applied Academics. Now you could choose an elective of what you wanted to do during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a chess club. You could go play chess. There was a Scrabble club. I used to fuck things up in Scrabble sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could do like, you know what I'm saying, in a Murrow basketball. You could do all types of things. You know what I'm saying? And so 8th grade year, there was an elective with a teacher. I think his name was Mr. Lane. And we all got there, and it was like, yo, we should make a mixtape. So we literally had we had a computer, we recorded on a computer mic, using Windows recorder,
so
like
y'all had
super low key, low budget, but just on some like, we want to create something.
Right.
We want to put something together, and we want to just show people we got talent.
Right.
We literally made like a 24-track mixtape.
Really?
Everyone, you know, I was on there, Lee Boy was on there.
I was going to mention that. Lee Boy went to BLA.
You know what I'm saying? A ton of different people that y'all probably would know for different things now. Was on that mixtape, and it was just us rapping, not even really knowing what we was doing, but just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Rapping verses. People was doing diss tracks to other students, teachers. Like it was just wild. You know what I'm saying? But that was kind of where I got my start in terms of like, you know what I'm saying, recording music and kind of developing that interest in, you know what I'm saying, playing with vocals and sounds and writing verses and stuff like that. Like that's really where that started. And from there, man, it was like even in the summertime, and even when that class ended, I still found myself writing verses and you know, downloading instrumentals on LimeWire and Napster, you know, and putting shit together. You know what I'm saying? So you
ever write any diss tracks to teachers? Remember that time you gave me detention? Fuck it, I still ain't paying attention.
I never made a diss track to a teacher, although I think if I could go back in time, I would have laced a couple of them.
It would have flamed all of them.
For sure.
I can imagine.
I did do a diss track to another student. So we did I don't know if we ended up doing 2 different mixtapes. We did like a volume 1, and then the next year we did like a volume 2.
Okay.
I don't remember which volume it was on, but we did have diss tracks. So it was me, it was my boy Dexter, Young Dex was his rap name at the time. But he was actually super nice also. But he was supposed to submit a diss track for the mixtape.
Right.
He never did. I submitted mine.
Right.
As we were supposed to. So mine was the only one on the project. So it just seemed like a record where I'm just coming at him.
Right.
Even though it was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying?
A collective
we got a diss track, I got a diss track, and we, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Now you just seem like a bully.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But salute to Dex, man. Dex still the homie to this day. But yeah, man, like I never did it to a teacher, but I did the diss track to Dex. And then from there, man, it just became like, you know, we started rapping in the lunchroom and doing freestyle stuff. And me and Lee-Boy battled one time. Lee-Boy probably the only person that I can say that I feel like back in the day maybe beat me. You know what I'm saying? Lee-Boy was kind of like, Lee-Boy was that nigga back at, you know what I'm saying, at BLA, like even before me and I got my mojo, like Lee-Boy was that dude. And Lee-Boy, the fact that he was, you know what I'm saying, Smoke Bolger's brother. Smoke already back then had a, you know, a crazy buzz off of Smoke Did It and all of that.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, Lee-Boy was that dude back in the day. Salute to Lee-Boy.
Yeah, so, Lee-Boy, that guy.
Me and Lee-Boy, we battled one time, and it wasn't even really like serious. It was more for fun because people kept saying they wanted to see it.
Right.
Because they felt like we was the best rappers. So he got a verse off, I got a verse off.
Nah, but even when it's for fun, man, you in that element, and then you see that, like, wow, this dude really got this. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the first time I heard Lee-Boy rap, I was like, wow, this is Smoke Bolger's brother. Like, they need to put this nigga as the front runner. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt.
It's
like,
crazy because they whole family actually go. You know what I'm saying?
The whole family, even Mums, you know, the younger brother.
Mums go.
Mums rap. Like,
Lee-Boy go. You know what I'm saying? Rock Ducati, rest in peace. Rock Ducati was fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That whole family go, man.
That's so crazy.
That's why I fuck with them so heavy, because my family is the same way. My brother is an incredible singer. I rap. My sister sings. I got aunts that play piano, uncles that play saxophone. Like, our whole family is musical too, in a kind of a different way.
Right.
But that's why I love and respect what them boys do so much, man. Because I've been literally seeing these dudes put in work, literally for almost 20 years in the city. Laying that groundwork, man. So salute to Smoke.
Shout out to the Lee family,
Lee boys. Salute to the whole Lee family, the whole, you know what I'm saying, Ducati gang, man.
Ducati gang.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely been repping and putting in work for damn near 20 years out
That's
here.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Legendary.
Crazy. That's dope, man. So, moving on to you making a name for yourself in the URL scene. So you said Mickey Fax kind of gave you that push for the cosign, right? What do you feel like your early struggles was on that big stage, on that main stage as far as battle rap?
I really didn't understand how much battle rap as a culture was shifting out of the streets and into like a more mainstream kind of place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you know, the era we grew up in, bro, when it came to battle rap back in the day,
right,
it was very simple.
Right.
It was, we had a party, somebody throw a beat on.
Here's a mic.
So you start rapping.
Right.
I start rapping. You kick another verse.
Yep.
Then I kick a verse. And now we seeing who's going to run out of verses first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or even if it was some planned shit, it would just be like, yo, I pull up on me on Saturday then.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no on September 1st. We go, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I see you in 2 days.
Now
like,
it's pay-per-view.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so that was kind of the one thing I didn't understand, bro, because coming from that era, I always thought it was good enough for me to just be able to rap.
Right.
So I go on stage and I rap. And the problem is, you know what I'm saying, in 2012, 2013, when it really started to bubble and get bigger, people wasn't just rapping.
No.
People sliding on stage, people dancing.
It got very theatrical.
Around, people pulling guns out, finger guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally a show. It's like a Broadway show now. You know what I'm saying? You got 3,000 people in the crowd. Don't matter how good you can rap.
Right.
You got to do more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I didn't understand until, you know what I'm saying, maybe 15, 20 battles in. It took me a long time to really like study myself and figure out where I wasn't connecting with people. How come people weren't really gravitating to my stuff?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was like my biggest struggle, was understanding how to get my content and my writing to translate to people on stage. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have, again, you know what I'm saying, coming from Boston, it wasn't like there was a murder moot from our city that could have pulled me to the side and be like, okay, Chilla, like, you know what I'm saying? This is what you need to do different. This is how you need to switch it. Like, I had to kind of figure that out all myself. So that's why, like, even today, I try to be really instrumental in working with a lot of the battle rappers in our city now.
Which is what I was going to ask. Like, do you feel like you're like, you know, the big brother coach to like the up and coming?
100%, man, 100%. And that's something that I actually take a lot of pride in, bro. Because as close as I am to a lot of other battle rappers, they're not always like that. You know what I'm saying? They could be in a really powerful position in their cities, and they don't always, you know, they may give back in other ways, but they don't always counsel, foster, mentor, you know what I'm saying? Some of the younger, less experienced battle rappers in their cities. That's something that, at least for the past 2 or 3 years, especially, something I've been really, really, you know, interested and focused on doing. Everything from throwing events to helping battle rappers get battles out of state, West Coast, all types of things. You know, I use my position, I use my power to get battle rappers from our city to Canada, to California, to Texas, to Florida, to Phoenix, to Pittsburgh, to everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to make a couple calls and being like, yo, like, so-and-so is from my city, he's really dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever your next event is, you know what I'm saying, put something together for bro.
Absolutely.
And they pull the strings, you know what I'm saying? So
that's dope.
That's huge for me to be able to do, because at the end of the day, when I decide to stop battling, I don't want that to mean that Boston stops getting seen.
As a battle rap scene.
I've been in this game for 10 years, and I end every single round with Boston. I done had Australia scream Boston.
That's fire.
I done had London scream Boston.
That's great.
I done had Toronto, Vancouver, New York, Los Angeles. So when I decide to retire, when I decide to cut this shit out, I can't let that be the end of that.
Absolutely not.
We got to keep getting our respect. So I don't want to leave, and I don't want to retire until I find out who's my heir. Who's next. When I stop, who can I push and bring the URL and be like, he the next one up. Put him in position to shine. You know what I'm saying? And so right now, that's what I'm looking for.
So who, like, I remember a few months back, I had tweeted you about Boston not really being a battle rap scene, and I didn't really know.
It is still not, to be honest.
Because I didn't know.
There's a scene here, but it's not as well received as your New Yorks, your Philadelphias, your Chicagos, your Los Angeleses. You know, a lot of these other places have scenes and have had scenes for so long that battle rap to them is second nature. But if you walk downtown Boston and ask somebody if they know who Murder Mook is or Loaded Lux is, they may not know. That'll never happen in New York. That'll never happen in Cali or in Chicago or any of these other places. And so it's like, we're definitely not like a battle rap centric city. And I think we're just starting to turn the corner to even become a hip hop city. And I think because we have so many artists right now that's tearing it up.
That's quality
you know
artists.
What I'm saying? Between Chizz, Joyner, and Bia, and you know what I'm saying, Michael Christmas, and everybody out here that's making noise, Token, and all them. It took that to kind of turn us into a city that's starting to become known for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully that's gonna go full circle, and that's gonna also lead for us to be known for battle rap more. I'm hoping that the work that I'm doing and the you know the mentoring that I'm doing in the city to kind of push people forward will help. But
I'm sure it will.
It's really time for us to start getting our respect, man, and not only just in battle rap, but hip hop in general, man. We got so much talent.
Oh yeah,
and they're ready. Like Bia is ready.
Oh, she's been
Millie's
ready.
is ready.
Millie's
Joyner ready. Token ready. MBS ready. Like,
so who's the up and coming battle rappers that you really want to see their names, you know, start popping?
There's a few, man.
I know there's a female from Mattapan that you was dealing with for a while.
40 bars.
40 bars. I keep forgetting her name. 40. She After you mentioned her on Twitter that day, I went on YouTube and looked her up, and she was chewing niggas. Man.
She's wild.
Yo, bro, and she's like disrespectful,
girl.
my nigga.
It does not matter. 40 is...
This shit is like, I was like, Jesus Christ, she really said that shit?
So people, here's the craziest thing, man. And this is something that I feel like people don't give enough attention to or give her enough props for. 40 Bars, Mattapan Zone, is the most viewed female battle rapper ever.
Really?
In life.
That's amazing.
Ever.
Make some noise for 40
in
Bars,
this shit.
man.
You know what I'm saying? That she should be celebrated every day around here for that. That is crazy.
That's fire.
Out of all the female battle rappers ever, she is the number one top dog, most viewed on the internet ever. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Salute to 40, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? She puts in so much work. She works so hard for her craft. She deserves a lot more praise and respect, man. So whenever people bring her up, whenever she's mentioned in conversation with me, I always try and give her flowers, man, because she deserves it wholeheartedly.
So how did you meet her? Did you meet her through those circuits, or did you know her prior?
I met 40 a minute ago, man. Probably, I want to say the first time I met 40 was actually my battle against Gatman Jones.
Okay.
And that was at the Dublin House in, like, I think 2011.
Okay.
And she was in the building that day, and I think we chopped it up real quick, but she was mentioning to me that, you know, she was, actually, I think I might have met her before that, actually. Because she had done some, like, grind time. We had did a grind time tryout with Edo G a minute ago, and she had battles, and she was cooking that thing too, actually.
Right.
But yeah, I had kind of met her through that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we became close. We always kicked it. You know, I always tried to, you know what I'm saying, help her with any ideas that she had, any, you know what I'm saying, concepts. She would bring me bar. You know what I'm saying? I tell her to work a little harder, you know what I'm saying? Like, but once she kind of got in the groove, once she, you know what I'm saying, she took off, man. And like, you know, I think it's a kind of a negative misconception that people have. There's always rumors. I think this always happens to female rappers, but there's always rumors that I write for her or have written for her. I have never, I say this as much as I can because y'all got to stop saying this. I've never written one bar.
Y'all styles are so different.
40 bars.
So I don't even understand how people would put that together.
People just think, bro, like, and it's weird. People think when a woman can rap really well, that there must be a guy behind her.
That's fucked up.
It's super fucked up. It's super
That's
fucked
OD,
up.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But 40 has just like, she's grown so much, man. I'm honestly so proud of her, bro. She just moved to ATL, I think, and kind of taking the music more seriously. And her music is fire too, man.
That's dope, man. I gotta look more into it.
Much love for 40 Bars. She really puts in work.
Yeah, shout out to 40 Bars, man. Mattapan Zone, man. I'm from Mattapan, so anything that come out of there, man, I'm like, hell yeah, nigga. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So when I found out she was from Mattapan, I was literally like in my living room with my phone in my hand, like, yo, babe, look at this chick from Mattapan. She's cooking niggas, bro. And my girl love rap. That's probably one of the things that I love about my wife, bro. Like like when I first met her, she was on some like Lloyd Banks, Jadakiss type shit. So like that was one of the first things I was like, I love this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So when I put her on the 40 Bars, she's like, she's from Boston? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, how come I never heard of her? I'm like, nigga, me too.
It's crazy, right?
You know what I mean?
It's crazy that there can be so much talent and talent that's so good.
It's crazy,
that has been around for so long that we still haven't heard of. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't feel like that would ever happen in any other city. Like, in New York, it's slightly different because New York is much bigger than we are. Right. I feel like it's easier for there to maybe be somebody that's popping in Brooklyn.
And not
but if you in Staten Island, you might not, be aware. But like, Boston not that big, man. Like Dorchester next to you know what I'm saying, Mattapan next to Roxbury, it's the Hyde Park. So it's like if somebody's popping in Dorchester, it's easy for you to have heard about them in Roxbury or in Mattapan or whatever. So it's just, you know what I'm saying. People tell me that all the time that they haven't heard of 40, and I know 40 deals with that a lot of time too. She you know what I'm saying, talks to people from here that have never heard of me too. You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy to me.
It's like it's a product of the scene that we're living in, and that's why as hip hop becomes more of a like a prevalent force here, You know, I think that'll change, and I think that'll shift. I think people will start to get more hip to all of the talent that we have.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
only just musicians, but battle rappers also.
And it's happening. It's happening, man.
Yeah.
But as far as battle rappers, man, I mean, who else do you feel like is very notable from out here?
Yeah. There's a few, man. I always rock with Interstate Flames. Salute to Interstate Flames, man. I battled him years ago. Yeah. But you know, he's still grinding, still doing his thing, man. One of my favorites out here. Wes Landry is really dope. Okay. I want to say he's from Lynn. I'm not sure. Okay. But he's super fire as well. He battles for Premier Rap Battle League.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Premier Rap Battle League. I caught wind to that. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
J2 is dope. I'm not sure where he's from either, in the city or in the state, but he's fire also. And there's a few more, man. I don't know if you've seen them, but there's a set of twins. They do 2-on-2 battles. Okay. They're called the Rainmakers, but it's Saint and Doe is what they go by. Okay. They are incredible, bro.
Are they?
They are so good.
I see that's a new thing, like the duo thing.
Yeah,
like that's
they're so good. Like whenever you get a chance, and I'll send you a link and stuff after we get off Detroit. But they're fire, man. Like they're twins. Their chemistry is like
they're insane.
Crazy. Yeah. Like they literally are taking turns saying each word in a sentence.
That shit is nuts.
To get a bar off. Like it's just crazy the level of chemistry that they have. And it's like it's just natural. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like me and you couldn't spend years working on it and get it as in sync as they do.
Jada and Styles couldn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So like they're really, really dope, man. But you know, those are probably the names I would say to look out for. Okay. And then otherwise, man, look at Premier Rap Battle League. Facts. Look at I Grind. Look at 413 Battle League out of Springfield. Okay. Look at King of the Five. Look at Boiler Room. Those are some of the leagues in Massachusetts, anywhere from Lynn to Fall River to Brockton to all over the place, man. But there's battle leagues everywhere. Check out some of those leagues if you guys want to check out some of the local talent that's on the rise.
All right, bet that. That's dope, man. So as far as you said you were formulating an album, right?
Yes, sir.
When was the last time you dropped a full body of work?
Last time I dropped a full body of work, I think it was 2014, man.
Right.
It's called Welcome to Bosstown.
Yeah.
Free download, www.chillajones.com if you guys are interested in checking that out. All original beats, no industry stuff. I think it's 12, 13 records. That was my last full body of work, and after that, bro, I kind of locked in on battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I would do features and stuff like that for people that wanted it, but for the most part, it was just battles. Battles. Like, you know, over the past 8 or 9 years, I think I have 70 battles.
Wow.
So literally, if not every month, every other month,
that's crazy.
I'm in my bag getting ready for something. You know what I'm saying? So like it's really like a grind. But like over the past couple of years, I've kind of slowed down a bit. Right. Kind of been a little bit pickier over. You know what I'm saying?
As you should be, bro. You're elite.
You know,
as you should be, bro.
Exactly. So I started to move a little different, right? And because of that, it's kind of freed up a little more time for me to get in the studio, work on music and stuff like that. So I'm super excited, bro, to be able to put out this album with my bro really soon because the music is so dope. It's a different sound than people are used to. He and I are very experimental and creative. We like to play around with different genres. We got songs that sound like straight gospel. We got songs that sound like straight 50 Cent rap. We got other songs that sound like Katy Perry and Ed Sheeran. We got all type of, you know what I'm saying? Like just a very.
Which one of y'all is Katy Perry though?
I gotta be, bro. Sorry, bro. I gotta be you. Man. I gotta be you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we really have such a broad collection of records. Like if you heard it's not all. You know, I don't want to say it's not all hip hop, but it definitely toes the line of a few different genres. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely hear and feel the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, influence in everything that we do. But the way that it's presented and the way that it's packaged, it's going to appeal to a wider audience, it's a hip hop audience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited to be able to start putting these songs out and really start sharing it with you guys. Because once these songs start rolling out, it's over for the city.
You know, the misconception of battle rappers is that y'all can't make albums.
Yep.
And And in a lot of times, in a lot of instances,
True.
it holds true. It holds very true.
You're right.
Have you heard the latest Sue Surf project?
Yes, I have.
Did you like it?
Yes and no. But I'm gonna say it like this, man, because I rock with Surf. Salute to Surf.
Have you ever battled him?
Huh?
Have you ever battled Sue Surf?
Nah, I never battled.
No? Okay, good.
But I rock with Surf. Surf is super dope. And I actually really like his music, man. The Make Sure You Kill Me. His new joint is like, it's just the newer style of hip hop is not one that I really rock with. And he's kind of acclimating to that a little bit on this album.
That's the good word for it. Acclimating.
Yeah, he's acclimating himself to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of type of, you know what I'm saying, just that sound of like a Mozzie, Pop Smoke, like
right?
That type of vibe.
But he did it well.
Yeah, super well. And that's what I'm saying. Like, although it's not necessarily my cup of tea,
right?
I understand the appeal of it, and
right.
I understand the impact and how much people like it.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, the genius behind tweaking your music that way.
Absolutely.
So even though I might not, you know what I'm saying, bump it in my whip every day, I can say that there's definitely some records on there that I really, really like. I think there's a record on there called Soul that I really, really like. One called, I think, Man's House, that's crazy. And then there's that other one, can't remember the name, but it's with Lady London.
Oh, I love Lady London, man.
That's the first time I've ever heard of her.
What?
She is nasty.
Bro.
He's nasty, man.
I'll be joking with
that's
my
my
wife.
fault. I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm late to the party probably. Because when I heard her rap, I was like,
I'll be joking with my wife, like, don't let me meet Lady London. Because it's a rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I just want to hear her rap all day.
She's dope.
Like, I ain't never, like, and her voice is amazing, and her wordplay, her lyrics, her flow, just everything, bro. Like, I ain't never heard anything from Lady London that I didn't like.
She's dope.
And that's hard to say, bro, because I like music, but I'm one of those people that I always give people second chances, right? Mm-hmm. But I ain't never, and for somebody who's still, you know, on the come up, like Lady London, bro, like, I ain't never heard nothing from her, bro, like that made me say, she could have came harder, because she goes ham every single time. You know what I mean? So that's shit. She's really fun. She told me she was supposed to be coming out to Massachusetts in August, but you know, this whole COVID shit, I don't know if that's still happening. I would love to get a sit down with her, man, for real.
That would be crazy, man.
That would.
Pull that off, man. I'm gonna have to pop up.
Yeah, man, I'll let you know.
She's fire, man. Salute to her. Salute to Lady London, man.
Yeah, facts.
You know, prior to the Surf album, I wasn't really familiar. I'm telling you, bro, like, I'd be in my own zone. I'd be in my own world. Like, I don't even watch a lot of battles. I don't listen to a lot of new albums and music. I really just be setting goals for myself and then try to get there. Like, I don't play Twitter too much. I don't play Instagram too much.
Right.
And I really should, as a battle rapper, I really should be more social and really should be.
Yeah, you be answering my DMs like a week later and shit, my nigga.
I just be all over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just be, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's directly in front of me is what has my attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really where my mind be. So I'd never heard of, like, Lady London.
Hey, man.
Prior to this.
Better late than never.
Her, I was like,
the fact, all right, so as far as rapping, man, battle rapping, who do you feel like is your most notable battle? Like, that's actually a bad question. What's your favorite battle that you've ever done?
So when you say favorite battle, I always clarify. You mean both sides, right?
Right. Like, as a whole.
Not only just me, but also my opponent was really good.
Right. Because it's no fun fucking steamrolling by somebody, bro. Like, it can be.
Yes and no. It depends who. So I'm gonna explain to you the difference.
All right, go ahead.
There's a couple people that I love to steamroll.
Like who?
First one is Prep.
Okay.
Right. So with Prep, if you're watching this, if you go on YouTube and you search Chilla Jones versus Prep in studio face off, it's a 9-minute face off with me and Prep where we're screaming in each other's fucking face for 9 minutes.
That's
literally
amazing.
screaming in each other's face. We battled 2 weeks later. I beat him so bad, so bad, they thought he would never rap again.
Wow. Wow.
That was fun for me because he was talking so much shit in the face-off.
Okay.
So when I left the face-off, we battled maybe 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later. When I left the face-off, I said, okay, you really think you can fuck with me.
Right.
You really think you're on this level. Gotcha. You're crazy. The second one is me versus a dude named Jonah.
Okay.
This one was in 2017, King of the Dot. And at the time, he kind of had this reputation of being like the hottest new writer on the scene. People were really, really digging his pen. So obviously, whenever somebody comes into the game and they're newer and their writing is their strong point,
right,
they automatically get compared to him.
Of course.
Automatically. You know what I'm saying? And so it was dope because going into that battle, he was so cocky. So cocky. We were on an event called Blackout for King of the Dot. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but with this event, they don't announce the battles.
Okay.
They only announce the battlers, right? So on a normal card, you see a flyer. You might see 6 battles, 7 battles. You see the matchups. They promote it, blah, blah, blah. So when King of the Dot does Blackout, usually it's a 2-day event.
Okay.
And they'll announce, depends, but usually 30 names.
Okay.
They don't tell you nothing else.
They don't tell you
all you know is Chilla Jones is on the card. You have no idea who he's battling.
That's fire.
Or you know Iron Solomon's on the card. Or you know Pat Stay is on the card.
Okay.
But you don't know who's battling until you pull up.
Right.
So him and I were locked in the battle. And when he's online, he's on Facebook, he's on, Instagram, all this stuff. Yo, man, my opponent for Blackout, though, I'm so unmotivated. He's so trash. He's so boring.
Really?
This could be my easiest battle yet.
Wow.
Just throwing off, right? So I'd be just watching.
Okay.
I'd just be watching. So I'd just be watching how they move, how confident they are. I'd just be looking, okay.
Okay. Do your thing.
Like, you really got me. He's never rapped.
Really?
He retired after that battle. He hasn't been back in 3 years.
Wow.
That's how bad it is.
Wow. Say a prayer for that, man. I hope he's doing all right, man. Like, that shit's fucked up.
I hope
You about to fuck this nigga's life up, Chilla.
he has literally barely been hurt.
That's
literally, I'd be like, yo, have y'all seen him?
The nigga went into hiding, bro.
He literally
You don't feel bad about that?
Part of me does. Part of me don't care.
Where's he from?
He's from Detroit. Because I remember battling him. He had a lot of Detroit people behind him, like my Mark 1, Preston Cody, salute to them.
Okay.
Those are some of my closest homies, but they weren't at the time. But they were behind him, supporting him. Shabby P, a couple other people out in the building from Detroit with me. But I kicked that boy ass all over that room. All over that room. So yeah, so to get to your question, man, I mean, steamrolling sometimes can be fun, but sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? If it's a battle that people are really, really excited for and really anticipating, they don't want to see anybody get steamrolled.
Right.
They want to see both people get crazy and go off. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're watching Jordan and Kobe play against each other, you want them both to drop 50. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You don't want Jordan to drop 50 and Kobe don't do nothing, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of how it was.
It was it's like watching Conor McGregor fight Mayweather. That shit was whack.
Exactly.
That shit was stupid to me. Like I fucking hated it.
People don't want to see shit like that. So,
you know what I mean?
Some of my favorite battles that I've been in, I don't know that I have one favorite, to be honest, but I'll give you a few.
Okay.
Some of the ones that I really rock with.
Absolutely.
And I think some of these may catch people off guard. But so there's obvious ones. Me versus Jason, which is, whatever, the battle, whatever you want to call it. Me versus Daylight was really fun for me. Me versus B Magic.
Okay.
Was really fun for me. These are all like 2014 stuff.
Right.
As far as more recent stuff, me and Iron Solomon.
Okay.
In 2018 was really dope for me. I had watched Iron for years. Iron Solomon is one of my favorites ever, a legend. To be able to battle him at the Middle East,
right,
in the middle of Cambridge,
right,
with all my people in the building, and like be able to pull up and dump 3 crazy rounds with him was incredible. We did it on like 3 weeks notice, 3 weeks preparation. I was supposed to originally battle Averb,
right,
and Averb had signed a contract to battle Murder Mook that summer. And because of that, he had backed out of the battle with B to kind of give more attention to that battle, which I totally understand. You can't play with Mook.
Right.
At that point, they reached out to Iron Solomon for the battle, and he was with it, and we had a classic. It was crazy.
That's dope.
So that's definitely one of them. My battle with Real Deal, also with the Middle East, last year, is one of my favorite battles, even though I lost a judge decision. A lot of people feel like I shouldn't have lost that battle. I also believe that I probably shouldn't have lost that battle. I think I won the first 2 rounds.
Right. I feel like it was biased.
I can't even say that, bro, because we were here.
Right.
We were at the Middle East.
But who were the judges?
It was 5 different people. It was all battle rappers. It was like Illmac.
Okay.
It was Rum Nitty, Ill Will, Lex Luthor, and like somebody else.
Okay.
But all battlers. It was a 3-2 decision, so it was close.
Right.
But I think when they did a poll, I think it was like 87% in my opinion.
Wow. Wow.
And that was like internet polling and like, you know what I'm saying? Like people watching the battle, just general fans.
So what the fuck was these judges on?
Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the reason why that's one of my favorite battles, even though I lost, is because Real Deal in real life is one of my favorites.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was tough to even try and prepare 3 rounds for him.
Right.
On some shit like, I know my title belt means everything to you.
Right.
And it pains me to have to write 3 rounds to keep you from getting there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for him, it's like the same struggle. Like, you know this chain means everything to you.
Right.
And you got to write 3 rounds to take it off my neck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it was just one of those battles where it was like the best man win. Win, lose, or draw. If you win, I'm happy for you. If I win, I know you happy for me.
Right.
But let's give the people a show and let's go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think we did that. One of the best title matches I think in King of the Dot history. So salute to that. And you know, that's probably my favorite battle I've been in, you know, more recently.
Okay.
And that was last August.
Those are some pretty dope battles, man. Every single one that you just stated here. What do you feel like is the biggest thing you've learned from battle rapping, man? Like just as an artist, as a whole. My fault, but just to clarify, like, you know, making music and battling is 2 different parts of the mind. You know what I mean? And you do both very well, right? So absolutely. So it's like, how does one prepare for the other? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do those 2 worlds match?
You know what's weird, man, is I've just started, like, I don't know the right word for this. I've just started taking certain elements of music and applying it to battle rap and vice versa, right? And so with battle rap, I used to be so structured.
Right.
With the way that I was writing, the way that I was putting my shit together. It used to be so, like, very well, tightly tailored, put together.
Right.
As of late, I've gone away from that.
Okay.
I've kind of taken more advantage of the fact that I'm not rapping to a beat. I'm not rapping, you know, I don't have a pocket to stay in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With battle rap, there's so much freedom in the fact that you're not bound by a beat.
Right.
You can just rap. You can talk about anything.
Your lyrics on the music.
You can do anything. You
Right.
can flow any way you want. You can use any cadence in the world. Whereas with music, when you know what beat you're rapping off, only some flows will work. Only
Right.
some cadences apply. And every beat is different. So different cadences for different beats. But with battle rap, in every battle, you don't have to be that structured. So lately, I've kind of, you know, instead of doing your normal, like, what's called a 4-bar setup,
Right.
which is like, you know what I'm saying, A-B type of line. Where
Right.
it's like, you know, everything rhymes. And then the last one, that fourth line is the punchline.
Mm-hmm.
The first 3 lines are setting it up. So I've taken advantage of the fact that there's no beat to have to stick to. So now sometimes I might set it up in one line and punch you in the second bar. You know what I'm saying? And throw a punchline there. Or I might do a scheme that's 3 lines instead of 5 lines or 6 lines.
Right.
I've learned how to condense it and do it quicker.
Just keep it
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Thank you, bro. So like, that's definitely one thing that I feel like I've taken from battle rap and applied to music, and music and applied to battle rap, is learning how to be musically, learning how to be less restricted by the beat, and kind of learn how to play with my flow a little bit more, so that I'm finding more different ways to rap over certain beats,
Right.
and certain flows and things like that. Whereas before, again, I would have a certain structure, I would rap a certain way. Like a verse you hear from me in 2012 in March is gonna sound the same as the verse you heard from me in August of 2013. It's not like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The way that I rap now is totally different than it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Right.
And a lot of that has to do with the amount of time I've just spent writing and doing battles.
That's dope.
And coming up with ideas. And that really has kind of unlocked a lot of creative stuff in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that battle rap unlocks, I take that and use it in music. A lot of the stuff that the music unlocks, I take that and apply it to battle rap. So it's been dope to be able to like cross-apply a lot of those things that I've learned and a lot of those things that I've kind of taught myself over the years.
That's fire. That's
Yeah.
fire. So if you could battle anybody right now,
Loaded Lux.
really,
Yeah.
Loaded Lux.
Without the Loaded Lux.
That was fast as shit, nigga. I wasn't even.
That's what people want to see, man, because
That'd be crazy.
people say that you know, we're the 2 best pens ever.
Loaded Luxes. Yo,
People say
man.
when it comes to writing, when it
Chilla
comes to
Jones.
entendres, when it comes to being clever and witty, that's the upper echelon. Lux, me.
You know what I think would be really dope about that, because y'all come from a very intellectual standpoint with your pen.
Mhm.
Y'all are both like y'all promote being smart.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't shy away from being smart ass people. And I think that's one of the things that battle rap doesn't really praise, because it's always like, nigga, the heater dump, and then I dump, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking hate that shit. You know, and you know, the thing that I hate about some battle rap is the fact that these motherfuckers, you know, would never do any of that stuff.
Facts.
Or the most theatrical and, I mean, when their hands all the way up here.
98% of battle rap.
I fucking hate that
will
shit,
not
bro.
do any of that shit they talk.
Yo, I was rapping. I was talking to a young cat, my man Two Tails. Shout out my man Two Tails, dog. He know I fuck with him, but he do the battle shit too. You know what I mean? He don't really go as hard as you do, but he's from New York originally, and he live in Enfield, CT.
Okay.
And I seen a few of his battles, and I asked him the same thing, like, yo, bro, like, why gun bars? Like, you're a good kid.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like be a good kid, man.
Right.
Like, don't, like, that shit is whack. Like,
Right.
and he's like, oh, well, if I say I'm gonna kill a nigga, I'll kill a nigga. I was like, yeah, nigga, but do you understand what that means, my nigga? Like, killing somebody, my nigga? Like, that shit is like, that's heavy weight, my nigga.
Right.
Like, that shit, I don't like when niggas talk about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I done rapped. I done done this rap shit, and I done got into some street shit. But as far as saying that I'm gonna go kill a nigga on a record, bro, it ain't no like no. I don't glorify death. Like I and the fact that these motherfuckers, man. There was this battle I was watching, man, a few years ago. That it was an old battle. It was who the fuck was it, man? It was Dose versus was it Hollow? No, Matt Hoff, right? Come on, man. Dose ain't gonna do none of that shit, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know where that's from, though.
What?
So I don't know which battle you were watching, but they battled twice.
It was the redo.
The rematch.
So they fought like dude got duffed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first one. And we, you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. And Math was just dragging this little nigga, bro. The shit wasn't even fair, bro. Yeah. It was hilarious. It was great to watch.
Yeah.
But it's like I felt bad for dude. And it's like he called it on himself. Because you say these things, but you know you're not about that.
Right.
So it's like, why do that? Like, if you come from a place that's actually you, it'll hit so different, bro. Yeah. It'll hit harder than
because you'll sell it with an authenticity that cannot be duplicated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you speak from a place where, you know what I'm saying, you're talking what you know, what you've been through,
right,
what you've experienced. You no longer have to, quote unquote, you don't have to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you don't have to sell yourself in that regard.
Right.
Like, people will feel the authenticity of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people kind of don't understand. And like, you know, I understand how popular gun bars are, and I understand how easy they are. You know what I'm saying? And
extremely easy.
And I think above all, bro, I think even more than like pretending to be a G or whatever, I think people mostly do it because of how easy it is.
All right.
It's so easy to do.
It sounds great.
And it sounds incredible. You know what I'm saying? And to your average battle rap fan who's just gonna be, you know what I'm saying, drinking a Henny, smoking a blunts,
like,
wanting to be entertained for 15, 20, 25 minutes of their day, they gonna turn it on, and every
Bust
time
that gun, nigga.
they gonna be like, yeah, he's cooking.
Yeah.
They know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool for most people.
What that nigga go to Harvard?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't like the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, well, let's be honest.
Right.
You know, so it's, you know, that's neither here nor there, though, man. I mean, I highly doubt that's gonna stop. You know, sometimes it's entertaining because some people sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people actually sell it really well.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
And they probably, you know, work for a Fortune 500 company or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But either way, that is what it is. So, Loaded Lux, you said, is somebody that you would want to battle, man. Like, that's your ideal battle. Has that ever been in the talks?
Not serious talks. You know, there have been a couple of times in the past where that idea has come up. It gets a little bit of momentum from fans. Like, I definitely think it's something that fans would want to see.
Absolutely.
Part of the reason why I came back to URL is to create more of a demand for that.
Okay.
Because it's really hard to create a demand for Lux or even Mook without battling on URL.
Right.
Because they really don't battle many other places.
Right.
They might battle on RBE once, they might battle on UW once, but for the most part, if you see a Loaded Lux or Murder Mook battle 9 times out of 10, it's on Smack, it's on URL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Came back to URL really to get that conversation.
Right. Okay.
And get people interested in seeing that battle, man. And so
I would make a hard push for that, man. I would love to see that.
It's gonna go, man, because a lot of the people that, you know, Lux and Sue Surf are battling really soon, but a lot of the people that are, quote unquote, next in line to battle Loaded Lux aren't looking so good. A lot of the people that they want to see happen are either losing a lot and people are losing interest, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In these battles. You know, meanwhile, I'm kicking ass. I've been kicking ass for years. So people are kind of starting to notice and being like, man, like, imagine if you gave Chilla 6 months.
Right.
said, "Yo, we're gonna give you Lux."
Yo, this shit's like boxing, bro.
Incredible shit that Chilla would come up with. So now people are kind of starting to really understand, like, the performances that I've been giving y'all have been me getting ready in a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you guys are, you know what I'm saying, happy with and impressed with my level of writing. So imagine if I had 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, like Surf and Lux did have for each other. Imagine you give me 6 months and you let me just sit back and study your interviews, go through your blog, figure out what your real name is, figure out, you know what I'm saying, where in Harlem you live at, figure out who your best friends are. Imagine I get to really digging into shit, really putting stuff together. You give me 6 months to put together 3 5-minute rounds. I don't think anybody on earth can stand in front of you and have a chance.
Shit, boy.
That's my honest opinion.
Nah, you know I believe it, bro.
And so, like, if ever that opportunity presents itself, God willing, Lord help.
Hey man, I don't know if this will get to Loaded Lux, but if you hear this Loaded Lux, man, my man Chilla said he got that, man.
I'll be honest, that goes for anybody, man. Like that, like if you give me too much time to get ready, there's nothing really that anybody can do.
Nah, bro. Listen.
But that's the problem is I know how to get ready really quick, and so leagues always use that to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? They'll have an event and they'll be 3 weeks away, and they're like, "Yo, like, you want to do this battle?" And I do it, but it's like y'all giving me 3 weeks. I'm gonna still show up and I'm gonna still talk that shit.
You ever request like a crazy ass bag for a battle?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
They ever get denied?
Sometimes it depends on the matchup mostly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's very rarely that they don't feel that I'm worth it. But for them, it has to do a lot with the matchup and how well they can sell it. So if my opponent isn't an opponent where, you know, people are gonna be excited to see us clash, then less likely to want to pay me a bag for it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like everybody's here for you. Why the fuck? You know what I'm saying, bro? Exactly. Come on, it's not in the budget.
You know, but if you're setting up a battle like the last few battles I had on URL were against Rum Nitty, New Jersey Twerk, and then most recently Geechee Gotti. Now, these are
I can't wait to see that one.
In a lot of people's minds, those are the 3 best new generation like goats of URL. They've been on URL for the past, you know, I'll say 3 years, maybe 4 years, like really putting in work, kicking up dust. I hadn't been on URL for a couple of years. So when I came back and I battled Rum Nitty, who a lot of people say is like the punchline GOAT.
Right.
A lot of people's minds are just like, yo, we don't know if Chilla might be in trouble.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love being put in a position. I love when they put me in battles where the public is like, I don't know if Chilla's gonna get out of this one. Chilla might be in over his head.
So there's certain battles that there's no panel of judges.
Large majority of the battles there's no. It's public opinion.
Right. So it's public opinion. So like, how does that how is that just left to the public to just say, you know, well, he got this or he got that? Like, that's kind of one of the things that I have beef with battle rap. It's like, who the fuck won?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to know who won. Let's get it on paper. Who won?
So like the positive and negative behind that is this. Like, the positive is it makes battle rap subjective. And so for somebody like yourself, if you're watching a battle between 2 people where one guy is using gun bars and he doesn't seem believable, and another guy maybe seems more believable or maybe just has a totally different style in general that you fuck with a little more, you're probably going to lean toward that second dude.
Fact.
Right? Now, my man right here may not give a fuck about how, you know, believable somebody is.
Right.
He may just prefer the first dude's rapping over the other dude, so he may think the first dude is better.
That's facts.
To a lot of the battle rap culture, the fun is in debating that.
Yeah.
The fun for you is going to be explaining to him why the nigga who's not believable could not have won that battle.
Right.
The fun for him is going to be explaining to you why his bars were so much better that the believable dude couldn't have won that battle.
Didn't even matter,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the positive. The con, the negative to it, is that in the minds of battle rappers, they've never lost.
Everybody think they won.
Everybody is casting. Everybody is 5,000, 2-0.
Everybody's LeVar Ball.
Everybody.
Never lost.
Never lost. You know what I'm saying? You ask a lot of these guys, they never lost. I have lost.
Right. Okay.
I lost to B Magic.
But when you're talking about judged, I feel like that's not even fair because when you look at, because the majority of the battles aren't judged, and then you have these selective judged battles, it's like, damn, now I gotta catch an L for something that I felt like I should have won. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like we're either gonna do the judging thing all the time, or let's just not do it at all. In my opinion.
Right. But that's the flip side of judging also. So with judging, positive is you get a definitive winner,
right,
or a loser, right? The negative to it is, what if the judgment is wrong? Right. So let's take that same battle we were just talking about, right? Now let's say there's 5 judges. You think the second rapper who's more believable won. He thinks the first rapper who's less believable but maybe a better rapper won. The judges say the first dude wins. How do you now feel about this battle?
Pissed. Back.
That affects, for a lot of fans, how often they watch the battle.
Right.
So when my battle with Real Deal came out, the battle we were talking about earlier, where you know there was a big percentage of the general public felt like I won, although the judges thought I lost.
Right.
There were so many dislikes on that YouTube.
That's crazy. Even though it was a good battle.
That's all the battle became about.
Right.
It was no longer, yo, Chilla Jones versus Real Deal was an incredible battle. It was, yo, Chilla got screwed. You seen that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People weren't even talking about Real Deal being the champ or winning. Nobody cared.
That's crazy.
It was like, yo, Chilla smoked him. How did they say that he lost his battle?
How did this happen?
And so then when it you know what I'm saying, when it comes out for the public on YouTube later on, people are like, I'm not watching this shit, man. I saw that shit on pay-per-view. Chilla won that. You know what I'm saying? But if the judges would have given me the decision, they would have been like, oh, let me watch it again. I think a Chilla went crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And so like the judge aspect of it, although it leads to a more like concrete, definitive, like, you know what I'm saying, win or loss record. For a lot of the culture, it takes out the fun of the debate.
Fair enough.
So there's pros and cons to both. What I think should happen, I think there should just be a league that judges everything.
Okay.
And I think for the people such as yourself that might prefer to watch battles where there's an actual winner or loser,
right,
you would fuck with something like that.
Right. That's facts.
I think if there was just one league that was dealing with a lot of the major battlers and they were just like, yo, you know, we'll still pay y'all, but there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser, and the winner's going to leave with an extra bag.
Right.
I think that would be dope.
I think that'd be good for everybody.
Why that hasn't happened yet, why somebody hasn't just converted their league to be able to do all judged all the time, I don't know.
We got to get Don King on this shit.
Somebody got to do it, man, because there's a lot of money in it, and honestly, as dope as the non-judge battles are, if battle rap is ever going to get to a higher mainstream ceiling, that's going to be happening.
Right.
Because there's no way niggas is going to pay $50, $60 to watch a UFC event, and then at the end of 5 rounds of them beating the shit out of each other, they're like, all right, who y'all think won?
Right.
All right, yo, have a good night.
I think I got 60 fucking reasons why I feel like this should be a definitive fucking winner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you have a situation like that, like nobody want to watch niggas beat the shit out of each other for 5 rounds, and then debate who won that shit going home. You want to see somebody's arm get raised at the end of the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But for fans of USC and for those type of fans, you need to have that in a battle rap. You need to have niggas go 3 rounds and then say the winner and raise it just like UFC, just like boxing, just like anything else. For us to be able to reach that level where we're filling arenas and stadiums and people want to come out and pay tickets, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, man.
That's fact.
And as negative as the controversy may be over bad judgments, it's gonna make people talk about it more too.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying?
Fight so that shit.
As much as people disagree with the decision of me and Real Deal, they talked about that shit for a month.
That's great.
A month straight. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
fucking awesome.
So maybe they wouldn't have talked about it for a month straight if they would have just gave me the decision. Maybe it would have been less talked about. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, less people would have cared. But at the end of the day, like, I think if battle rap is gonna get any closer to a mainstream thing, that has to be how it's got to be judge battles. It's got to be money on the line. It's got to be reputations on the line, and it's got to be a product that you can sell to just casual fans.
Right.
For people walking down the street, hey, you battle rap? You never heard of it? Hey, look, these 2 dudes is about to battle. You let me know who you think won. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you say to them, oh yeah, they're about to battle it, and then we're gonna debate and see, like,
fuck out of here.
Watch UFC. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, that's how I feel. I felt that way for a long time. I've thought about just starting a league myself and doing that.
What's stopping?
On a local level, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, trying to grow it from there. But I gotta wait till I got a little more time, a little more time to freeze up.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
But yeah, man, that's what we gotta do. If we're gonna get to that mainstream, if we want to be selling out arenas and stadiums and selling tickets and getting bags and making all this money, man, Smack, Beef, URL, King of the Dot, RBE, whoever's listening, do all judge battles, man.
Bags.
Niggas is not going to keep battling, getting their ass kicked, trying to walk around like they won. You're not going to keep doing that, bro.
You just allowing niggas to walk around like the Pep Boys.
Yeah,
ain't shit.
like, we're not going to keep doing that, bro. Like, we not going to have a battle where 2 niggas is rapping and they both leave like,
yeah, right. And they niggas is hyping them up like, yeah, you did your thing, bro.
Exactly. You can't do that, man. Let's change the game. Let's do judge battles. Even if we just do one event where it's all big names and all judge battles, let's shake this shit up, man. The culture desperately needs something different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's shake it up.
Chilla Jones spoke, man. Jones, you gonna hit us with some bars today, dog? You came prepared, baby? You gonna be the first freestyle of the second season of CWTFB radio, man. You know what I mean? And the fact that we ain't got no beat right now, I could put on a beat if you want me to put on a beat. You know what I'm saying? Or we could, you know what I mean? Or we could URL it right now. Yeah. It's CWTFB radio. You know who I am. But who I am is not important, man. We got a legend in the building right now, Chilla Jones. You know, it's only right that he gave us some bars before he gets up out of here, man. Chilla. Let's go, baby.
Hey. Look, let me show you clowns the difference. I grew up in a town of misfits. I elevated through the clouds and I just threw my crown down to the ground from Mount Olympus. I showed you niggas how to flip shit. No wonder my child's a gymnast. Let's get down to business for the crowd to witness. Out on the loud and mischief. I'm on fire when I'm writing these lyrics. You probably should have listened to the hype and the lyrics. The lines you airplane, I take flight when I hear it. They saying Chilla went Hollywood. I mean, I probably should. I guess I'm always trying poly in somebody's hood. But the difference is they pay for the phone that hating, but couldn't wait to get my name in their contacts. I don't battle for free, least pay for the combat. Deposit in a PayPal, it came with a contract. I don't put on, I take it beyond that. You can't compare me to them if they wasn't on Smack. King of the Dot, don't flop, none of that. One-man team, the quarterback and a running back. I throw it to myself, then dish it off and run it back. I ain't one of these rap suckers. I'm sitting pretty top 10 in my city as far as rap numbers. Shit, And I ain't been here since last summer. So how they gonna take it back from us? I had to make sure that Jesus eating with me like the Last Supper. Going from gray Hondas to black Hummers without putting up shack jumpers. About my stacks, brother. Your chick try and get the from us, please. I done ran through more laps than track runners. I'm a bad mother, duffel bag cash stuffer, jab upper, cross sharp as a glass cutter. Raps butter, chin chill, rap better. Niggas won't stop the rain to find an umbrella.
God. Chilla Jones. Like my man said his light. He said his light. CWTFB Radio.
Little something, man.
Exclusive shit, baby.
Something that Don Julio did, bro.
Yeah, man. This is exactly why I got this shit, baby.
Yeah, man. You know, we out here, man. Little something for the people.
Yo, Chilla. Yo, you my nigga, man. I appreciate you for real.
Thank you, bro.
You know, like, this is amazing. Anything you wanna just leave the people with, man. I know you got the album coming. You said top of 2021.
Hey, man. Follow on Instagram, Jones Inc. 2020. All updates on the music and everything we got going, man. The promo push is about to start in July. Be on the lookout for Chilla Jones versus Geechee Gotti on the URL app. If you are not a subscriber, $7.99 a month. You get exclusive battles, exclusive content, all from the URL League. If you're into battle rap, do it. If not, get into battle rap, man. It's really, really fucking fun. Follow me on Twitter, Chilla Jones, Instagram, Chilla Jones, or for all things Chilla Jones, www.chillajones.com. That's music, that's battles, that's merchandise, that's shows, that's everything Chilla Jones. Everything you need to know, www.chillajones.com.
Bang, you got it, man. My man Chilla Jones in the building, Boston legend, URL legend, battle rap legend.
Yeah.
Shit. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Absolutely, man. Anything you need from me and CWTFB Radio, man, you know we in your corner, man.
Appreciate you.
Yo, anything like, let me know. I'll pull up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro. I'll definitely let you know.
Absolutely, man. But this is CWTFB Radio. I am Charlie MaSheen. Cheers to my guy, Chilla Jones, man, and we out.
We out here.
Love y'all.
You ain't gritty enough.